people opened up. They had great processes that they had put in place. The patrons understood that. I mean, the new norm is you sit in your car until your barber chair gets ready in Georgia. It's not going in and sitting down and socializing and watching the news.
And my buddy in Atlanta basically echoed what you just said right there. He wants to go and live his life. He believes the government ought to trust him to do the right thing and learn from this experience. And when we look at testing, you're implementing some rather interesting forms of testing, some unique methods to get Georgians tested. But, Governor, it's a bit of a red herring, isn't it? Because when we test somebody today, it's not an accurate snapshot of tomorrow or 2 weeks from that testing. It's an accurate snapshot of that moment in time. And so it seems as though what you're trying to tailor is this testing for people who need to be tested. In other words, if a doctor says, hey, this person needs a test, you're going to make sure that person gets the test, right?
Yeah, and that's really what we've been doing, try to protect those frontline healthcare workers, folks that are in these long-term care facilities, and other people, obviously, if they're symptomatic, we wanted to test them. Now, all that criteria has now changed, and we're starting to publicize that if people want to get a test, they should go get one. The symptoms now are much broader than what the CDC guidance was even a few days ago. But I'll tell you, Graham, it's been kind of interesting in the last 24 hours. We have 2 calls a day with our team. We got the National Guard that's doing mobile testing across our state, as well as I think we're up to 56 public health center sites, as well as what the private sector is doing on testing. And yesterday we had very low demand at some of our sites, which is counterintuitive to what many in the media are saying, that we don't have enough tests and we need more supplies. And the last day or two, we've had more tests and supplies than we've had people that have been interested to show up and get the test. So we're going to continue to push that out to areas where we need it. But it's just an interesting dynamic of the American people that after so much time, you know, they are starting to move on. And I believe the government's got to move with them, because if you don't, you're not going to convince them to keep social distancing, right? And that's our plan, is to loosen people up, let them go make a living, but ask them to double down on these policies we have and to protect their employees, themselves, and those that are patronizing these businesses that we had closed. I mean, that was a painful thing for me to have to close a business.
Yeah.
And I did exactly what they asked. I did that to help us build up hospital bed capacity. We built temporary facilities, and now that we're ready, I don't feel like it's you know, I should continue to keep those businesses closed. I'm not ordering them to open up, but I'm certainly giving them the opportunity to.
And you got